Hello everybody, this is Loki and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the trial. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in two different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday, I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So how'd it go? It was less Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much as I struck a plea bargain. Plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simulatus act or murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. That's why I'm leaning on. But Lena, don't tell me you. Much of my regret, and was much in the dark about this as they are. This guy. We found trace of evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belonged to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're gonna accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Guy? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lena Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? That's exactly what I'm thinking here. What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Well, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In doing so, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what set Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call our first witness of the day to the stand. First witness, the prosecution calls. We suspect the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect being the so-called murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. So you're gonna use that big old speakerphone type thing? Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. Megan, sir. Alright, ahead of time, guys, prepare your ears just in case if you use that thing that makes the loud noise. If you have sensitive ears, like me, where I have like my ears are sensitive sometimes, please have your volume down just a tad, just in case. Or if you're using earphones, be careful. We all know Mickens with his loud noise. My patient is, that would be murderer, sir. Oh boy. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I never killed anyone then, sir. Oh god, you gotta believe me, sir. Actually, what we like to hear from you is, sir, I'm what you call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions I don't possibly comprehend. Please, but Edgar, sir, help me, sir. Officer Beacon. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm a part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for lack of enthusiasm. That's true. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. And I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, that I did it. So it was just self-defense. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Beacon's family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a trolley helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well, the defense begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Okay. I'll have to press on all the statements. Mr. Mickens, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place in the day of the crime, which meant any officers were definitely special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yeah, sir, the lovely police mascot was created by the chief of detectives, sir. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That's my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around. I relocated the Blue Badger in the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is! Found it! This one right here. Can you please read out the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh. But the number 4989596 is shown being used twice. Please explain witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time when I relocated the Blue Badger in the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during the second time when... Yes, sir. That's when I spotted the man on the security screen. Okay. Oh, God. I'm just looking here. I think, yeah, you have to press all of his statements still. So you're attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife! Detective Gilman pulled a knife on you? What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's what I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand would be. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into Kung Fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See? He must have been desperate. Net did I do, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then... Net did I knew. Yes. He punched me right in my face, sir. What about the time what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, that's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got a hand. Oh, no wonder why there's a handprint on it. Well, at least we all can rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man and this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Megan? With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning. The chief delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. What? By specifically asked that there was such a tape, and it was told that it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. It looks like the communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, murder, sir? It scares me. A video of a real murder? Just what are we getting ourselves into? I saw blood fall out of that. Felt bad for Mikan. I remember the thing was there after. Like after a while. Everyone's like shocked, except for him. I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings of stirred within us? What the hell was that wiggling piece of plywood? Sir, that was the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? It's like, why am I not surprised by this? Yes, well, anyway, this tape seemed to prove the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room and sort of actively take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Minkin? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do so. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. Like, it must be him. No one else could have been locked up. What? This about fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with the fingerprint activated lock. I wish I had a safe or a locker with a fingerprint lock. These locks ensure that each locker can be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim in the crime scene would have had to been Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin a cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradiction. That's where I have to start. Okay, let's ask them about this mystery, man. Fifth statement. I have to do the fifth statement. However, the most important detail is not shown in the video. The man's face. Sir, if I may something, sir? Please do. After all, you're the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir? Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? So yeah, there is a problem. We're getting the video contained on this tape. There's one thing in particular that seems to be rather strange. This contradiction leads to a possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edwards? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. He will want me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out the problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. You'll take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? That's true. Who hired him? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where does the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman? The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Yes, it's strange. It certainly seemed that something unnatural about that. What did it mean? Sorry to interrupt, but right. But you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. The point? What are you looking for in this one thing only? Something that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman. Oh yeah. One thing with the right. Every time you point your finger, someone gets hurt. Said the one pointing his finger at us. That's true. Please show us the tradition you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. Yeah. To play to Maytime. It's already lit up. The thing had to be the Meekins? Yes, sir. It means me, sir? As I understand, the locker plates work like this. You grab a handle, a sensor reads your fingerprints with the match. The light turned on and the locker is released. According to my limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. It was already on. Someone already went in there. Oh, and I remember the thing sticking out Man's locker was not there until the end of the video. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker. Let's rewind a little earlier. It was already open. Here, notice the light. What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, just goes to show Nova sisters keep their mouth shut. So then Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor? Something jammed the sensor? Say, there's something else that seemed out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Yeah, there's got to be. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The doctor with the locker wasn't lost, Mr. Wright. Please point those out. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. The glove fell. Was this? Something white fell off the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are open. I often fall out and roll great distances. Oh god. We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock on the door when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. Just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing like tie told me, the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well. Would the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door?
Take that!
I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was the victim's locker. It had the tag that says SL9, isn't it? The video seemed to defect the victim opening the door, opening the locker. But that isn't the case until the lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I would have opened that locker. Is not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so, sir. Oh wow, they're uncovering a lot in this one. Order, order, order! So, are we to believe then that the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edra? The defense was merely demonstrated that the possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekin, please testify about this. Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Is this a joke? Am I a clown to you? Very well, begin your testimony. It's like the whole courtroom was circus. And everyone part of the circus. There's one other thing that proved the man with Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use your ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. And an ID card record, I see. And I have the ID card record here, Your Honor. The ID was used at 5:14. Is that of the victim? Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing that strikes me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why are there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although that doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up here for transferal there, and most were cleared up by by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. Alright, we're gonna see what we have to do here. Third, fourth, or second, third, or fourth statement. Okay. Present Goodman's idea. Where's the lost item report? Or Goodman's lost item. Wait one moment, Officer Megan. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room in the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report is only half completed, but shows Detective Goodman had lost something done the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out the report. Let me guess. You believe there's something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. True. Order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! Did the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, and then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That's right, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content and pointing your finger around. You're doing the same thing, buddy. This isn't going to end well. Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edger. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is the fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 the day of the crime. So the real crime can only take place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office, the murder being Miss Lena Sky, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment of the defendant used the murder weapon. But what someone framed her? That can be a possibility. I knew the testimony was too shabby. It was all a trap from the very beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim after Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor? Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lena... What'd I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this?
Objection!
One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you just proven. Of course not. But I'm almost walked right into the prosecution trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination had proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. I see the thing that it went in there. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. Defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edward? Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considers the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean, Your Honor? Once would like to request a specific witness. Oh, whom do you wish to have in mind? Someone we have a reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear the person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would like have testify, what is his or her name?
Take that!
Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he had to say. The prosecution agreed to the defense request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witnesses whatever that word is. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead here for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below and subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye guys.